Buddhists seek wisdom, meaning, inner peace, and freedom from greed, hatred, and ignorance. The Buddhist way of life.
Where do you think your life would have gone? Where do you think your life would have gone if you had not stumbled onto the Cleveland Temple and Buddhism?
Straight to hell.
It's amazing, going out to a restaurant and sitting in a restaurant. There are all kind of people come by and greet with him. Most of the time, very distinguished white people come to greet with him and walk by. Then I found out later, he's an AA, Alcoholic Anonymous counselor. So those dedicated or what you call dignified people come to his counselings and so on. You know.
So people that you've helped get over their alcoholism, then you would run into.
Yes, a lot of them. Basically, I'm not the counselor. I'm like a sponsor. And they come to me to go through the 12 steps or in their program.
Right, but you help people get through this.
Yes, we help people get through, just, it's the same thing, service. And Jodo Shinshu Buddhism and Buddhism itself is basically service. We serve others. When we serve others, we serve ourselves. When I help others in other fields, I help myself. I understand myself better because one must feel a part of. If I feel separate, what I was feeling, these things over here, these things over there, I do not bring my whole self to it. Till these barriers is broke down through Buddhism, Jodo Shinshu, koans, Zen. Till these barriers is break down. Hey, I'm this separate person. Now, this is my life. Others. The greatest joy in life to me is others and the hearing of them. Not the talk, but the hearing of them, the seeing and the unexplained, that hearing of them, that something has brought our lives together right here.
So do you feel that American people will readily accept Buddhism eventually in the future?
Yes, I do. I really believe that it will be one of the major ones here. Number one, it makes you responsible to yourself and others. It also points out the suffering of you and them. You know, it unifies it all together. So it will be very, very. People are looking for answers. They want to know why. And I was looking for answers, so I want to know why. And I sat there and listened to because of you. Now we may look deeper and find these answers. And how to not eliminate certain things, but to harmonize these things and bring peace to both sides. And all sorts of things. We have protesters, everybody, they're doing their thing when they can become useful right here, starting with one person. Their projections are basically too big. Right here, one person. Bringing peace or harmonizing these forces or energies right here, one at a time. So Buddhism does answer questions. And it will always, it seems like it will always come up because of this. That this is the nature or the Dharma. It's right here. Our lack of understanding comes because of time. We don't see nothing changing.
What about your friends that you had previously, let's say your street friends? Did they feel like you had abandoned them, or how did they feel?
They say, here come the Buddha man. Yes, I'm called the Buddha man, I'm called the Guru, I'm called all kind of names except Craig, Ignorance is bliss. You can turn anything into a joke.
You don't try to avoid those friends.
Oh,
right?
No. I just go where they're at, and we talk and have coffee or whatever we're going to do. Instead of trying to talk on a higher level, I want to come there making them comfortable. As they see my life as it is now, maybe they'll say, hey, you got a lot of peace. Well, I wonder should I go to the Buddha man's place and see what they doing there. But long as they, when I show that I'm not judging them or anything else, talking to them on their level, or we would say talking to them like human beings, people.
There are always people come in and out and staying with him at the Cleveland Buddhist Temple that I have been witness.
So you're sort of service to them by listening to them, allowing them to talk to you about their religion.
Right, yes.
Very difficult, very difficult, because their mind is so set.
Yes.
There was no question that I remember that I received at least 3 or 4 times phone call from those people a week when I was in Cleveland. Cleveland is especially area of Bible Belt. And there are so many conservative and very strong fundamentalists and so on. And they usually call me up and, do you believe Jesus is the Savior?
Right.
My answer is, yes, of course.
They still do that.
What is the next question? That one day, the chaplain of hospitals called me up.
I like this story.
And he said, this guy is dying by AIDS that time. At the time, AIDS was not well known and very feared, scared to hear about him. And we'd like to see all the clergies, different traditions in the Cleveland area. So could you represent the Buddhist religion to come to see him? And then when I walked in, of course I had to have a mask and so on that time. Then walked in, and I lost a word. He was skin and bone and big eyes.
Yeah.
So I was quiet. Then he said, I'm dying. So I don't know why I said, me too. This guy looked at me and said, you? Sure. I have to drive back. Who knows, I might get involved in a car accident and die before you. Then he was quiet and looking at me and saying, you're a very strange guy. And most of clergy extend powerful prayer, but you don't. So I said, I'm sorry. I cannot think about good prayer. So I excused myself and left. I apologized to him. Then next day, chaplain called me up and said, gosh, this guy likes to see you again.
Oh, really?
So I said, oh, no. Then I went back. Then he said, what you said is really true. Gosh, I was thinking by myself, about myself. But you guys have to drive back and forth. Who knows? Involved the car accident and die or killed before me. So he wanted to apologize. He said, I'm sorry that what you said, what I said and so on. So I was there for a while and left. Then chaplain said, he chose you to be the spiritual advisors. And one time when I walked in, he was going to eat the lunchtime. He was going to eat a piece of beef. And I grabbed it, hey, what you going to eat? So he stopped and looking at beef. Where did it come from? thinking, that piece of cow. Yeah, piece of cow. Gosh, did you realize, okay, you're dying. A dying one are supported by life of cow instead of let you die? Did you realize that? You know, this kind of conversation exchange. I don't want to take a long time, but and after, I might say, 9th or 10th times, he started realizing that and kept repeating what I said. My life is not only my life, but life of others, sacrifices and kindness and thoughtfulness and so on. Then he said, I never thought that way. Now I realize if my life is dying by AIDS, so many people working for, support, and sustain my life. All the food sacrifice their lives, and doctors and nurses working for me. Then he started changing to express more thankfulness to nurse and doctor. So when I went back to the hospitals, the doctor came to me, what did you do? What did you do? He was complaining and showing fears and blaming others, and we could not talk to him. But he's now extending thank you to you. To me, he said.
To the doctors
Yeah,
and nurses.
doctor said. He's thanking us. This guy extended at the before he died. I still clearly remember. He said, because of AIDS, okay, I experienced the transform my life into deep appreciations because of AIDS. So I'm very grateful what I suffer from AIDS. You know, the bottom line is Namu Amida Butsu, but he doesn't know about those kind of words.
Yes.
And I was so pleased. And then I got the call from chaplain's office, and he said he died, and he left an envelope to you. So I went back, and there was a short note. That's all I have, Reverend Audrey. I am very grateful. It was great to meet with you and suffer from AIDS. There was, I still remember, $260-some, and saying, have a nice dinner. You know that? And of course, the hospital took care of all the cremations and so on. But I had memorial service by myself. That is true story that I experienced. You know that? So I still think that Buddhist teaching has lots of things to share for people.
This program was brought to you by Bukyo Dendo Kyokai, Society for the Promotion of Buddhism. The founder of Bukyo Dendo Kyokai, late Dr. Reverend Yehan Nomata, believed that the Buddhist teaching could assist in bringing about lasting peace and happiness for all of humanity. Society for the Promotion of Buddhism is dedicated to continue Dr. Nomata's dreams of sharing Buddhism with others by distributing the Teaching of Buddha books, which are translated to 42 different languages and donated to hotels worldwide. For further information, visit www.bdkamerica.org or call 626-369-5035.